Welcome back, hunters, to the Lucky Die in Kino. Previously, Arawn gives his prey a fair warning, Ivoris asks for someone's name, and Greff learns to apologise. Looking now for Cassis and Kinea, they seek out the help of a fortune teller to help unweave the mysteries surrounding the cultists. Additionally, they also look for Dalka's missing construction and find that these separate missions all end underground, and with Arawn firing a shot. What is Cassis and Kinea up to? Would Jankiso really work in the leaky bucket? And where does Canton call home? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
Since you shot, you get to have the surprise round.
Fun.
So, roll your attack on the poor little gnome.
I will do that.
She's only a little gnome.
Surprise attack, thunder cannon.
Surprise, boom.
Jesus Christ, that's a 26 to hit.
Okay, that's a yes.
For 11 piercing damage and 11 thunder damage.
11 piercing and 11 thunder?
Yes.
That's one hell of a way to start the game. 16 to hit, above average hit, and above the maximum thunder damage. Jesus.
Yeah, my thunder cannon is potent.
Okay. So, yeah, going off like a gun inside a very small area, which it is. Okay, everyone basically just hears the ringing of gunfire, and I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Hooray!
I have a 16.
I have a 23.
I have 17.
Some good initiative rolls.
That's super
Not
good.
bad. We didn't do
Not
bad.
bad at all. All right, so we have...
I'm so proud of
Top
you,
the round
guys.
again. We have Arawn. That's 23.
I feel like I need to do more positive reinforcement.
Ivoris, what was your dexterity?
I have a 18 plus 4.
Okay, just to refresh your memories, you're essentially in a very large, long room. There is a circle on the ground, which is pretty big. There is a humanoid in there, which is about 8 foot something. They're kind of flickering between construct and Goliath. And at the other end of the room, standing next to a little lectern with a spell book holding the gem that you are looking for, there is a gnome. The gnome has just been shot in the face. This is just a recap on what's going on. Arawn at the other end of the room. It's now your go again.
Okay. So Arawn is going to keep his thunder cannon leveled at the gnome and flip a switch on the side of his gun, and basically for flavor, he is casting Arcane Weapon as a bonus action, which makes it where he can augment his bullets to deal an extra d6 of a different type of magic that he can choose. I'm going to choose... Let's go with acid damage. Let's go with acid bullets. That sounds fun.
That sounds gross. Do it.
So he flips the switch on his gun, and whereas before it was just kind of glowing with a blue aura, now it's a tinge of blue mixed with green. And he's going to keep the gun leveled at the gnome and say, "Last warning."
She doesn't appear to stop what she is doing.
He's going to fire again.
Okay. Go for it. Now, I do specifically need, because you keep changing your damage types, I definitely need which damage is...
it doesn't matter. That was a natural one.
Oh, yeah, that utterly fails.
I changed that. I have an inspiration. I'm using it.
Okay, do it.
This is too important to Arawn. Arawn needs this.
Arawn wants this.
Much better. To 26 to hit.
Okay.
For 15 piercing damage.
Yep.
6 thunder damage. And 2 acid damage.
Alright, so...
This is so cool. I love my gun baby. He's so good.
Are you doing 5d6 plus dex damage?
Basically.
1, 2,
Alright, so we have
3, 4,
15 damage, which is... Alright, so it's 15 inverted commas normal damage. There's 6 thunder damage.
Yep. And then 2 acid.
It would appear that this kind of additional acid damage that you've loaded into your gun is not quite as effective as you'd want it to be.
Oh. Okay. Understood.
You're welcome. All right, so having seen a second bullet go flying across the very large room to a very, very unhappy looking, second verbal warning, a very, very unhappy looking gnome and a very pissed off looking construct / Goliath in your face. What do you want to do, Arawn? Ivoris?
Ivoris for a second looks like he's not gonna do anything. And he's kind of looks a bit confused. And then he tries to do his fell suggestion thing, because fairly certain I didn't waste that on Greff this morning. My other resources are kind of limited. Because locate object is expensive.
It is.
So, fell suggestion, Ivoris now looks and commands her to stop magically. Dun dun dun. And she has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So which one are you casting this on? The gnome or the thing in your face? Closer to being in your face.
Since he's saying stop, the person casting the spell, no. The one that the same person, same command that Arawn is trying to do. I'm just trying to give magically now.
19.
Yeah, that'll pass.
You attempt to make her stop, but she seems very, very intent on what she's doing. Like 2 bullets to the chest have phased her, and she's super unhappy about it. But, yeah, this concentration is clearly just focusing all of her effort on keeping this spell, this ritual going. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Equips, draws his weapons and stuff, and that's it.
Okay.
And that's all I can do.
You can move.
All I'm... Not yet. Nope. Not gonna do it. It's a trap.
It's a trap. Greff runs in.
Oh my god.
Listen, every party needs the face checker, is what we call them.
Well, he should be above.
Did you really just call it a reference?
Hmm?
Did you really just call it a reference?
Reference? No, what? Oh, no.
Reference.
It's a pop culture reference.
Yep, pop culture Greff.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Add that to the book of Greffisms.
Yeah.
That'll be the title of the book.
References.
Grefferences.
Yes, perfect. Nice. Nice. Thank you for this.
Grefferences.
Made my day.
A book of Greffisms.
References.
I don't want this.
I need to write this in my notes, so I remember to put it somewhere else. All right, it's officially in my notes. All right. Okay, with Ivoris done, it is now Kania's go. Kania looks super unhappy. Continuing on with her spell, however. All right, she reaches into her robes and she pulls out a glass vial. There appears to be yellowish liquid that seems to be oozing and swishing inside. She picks it up and she throws it on the ground at the feet of Greff and Ivoris. I need you both to take a dexterity saving throw, please.
Ew.
I think Greff has advantage on the save.
Well, either way, I
Not
got
that it matters.
natural 20. Why would I have advantage, though?
Danger sense, I think it's called.
I'm not barbarian.
Oh, right. I forgot you didn't do any of that yet.
So what do we have then?
I got a 23.
I got a 16.
Oh, that was the elation noise. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Does Ivoris have a Zora yet? Ivoris, are you useful yet?
Gosh.
I don't think that we're level 5. I don't think I do.
I'm just teasing you.
I mean, you're teasing, but I don't know. So,
as this vial goes flying through the air and smacks into the ground, you guys feel something fizzing over your shoes, but you very quickly kick off this thick goo. You do, however, still take 9 points of acid damage. That's after I've reduced it. So yeah, you both take 9 points after save. That's go. She looks up and she says, "Please, just let me finish this one spell. It won't hurt you, I promise." But she continues with her spell regardless. All right, it is now Greff's go.
The Goliath in the circle, the Goliath
Yes.
construct-looking thing in the circle, is it moving or is it menacingly staring us down?
I'd say within, it was supposed to happen at once. Yeah, you can see that Cassis is gearing up to do whatever they're about to do.
And the gnome, Kania, is in the circle with it.
No, Kania is outside the circle at the other end of the room.
How big is the circle?
Couple of Greffs lying down. You want specific numbers? Let's say
I'm wondering if I can run around the circle, since I am assuming the construct doesn't want to leave the circle.
Are we going to have to do pi here?
No, because 5th edition abandoned the 0.5. Every square you move is 5 feet. Doesn't matter if it's diagonal or not.
how many Minecraft blocks away is it?
Okay, let's say it's a 20-foot radius. See, this is where you need pi because you're trying to run around the circle.
No, because again, if I'm standing at the edge of it with the 5th edition rules, I should be able to make the circle. I'm pretty sure.
What's your movement speed?
30.
So it would be 40 to the other side of the circle in a straight line, which it isn't.
I'll burn my action to run right up to him. So I'm running 60 feet.
Okay, so you burn your action surge. You're just like, nope, no gnome, bad gnome, naughty gnome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when I'm next to the gnome, I want to restrain them. Stop their hands from moving. Stop them from magicking.
Okay.
I have a melee weapon. I might as well just go non-lethal damage on his ass.
Okay.
We'll get paid extra if it stays alive, so my intention is non-lethal, and I'm saying that out loud now.
Is that an
Excuse me, no.
in-character out loud? Or?
Yeah, please give us an in-character out loud on this. I feel like we need it.
I need you alive. You're worth a lot of money. Go down. Stop moving. And then I smack them with the orchid carved.
Okay.
It's 18 to hit.
That's going to hit.
That's 14 slashing damage.
Okay. All right. They look very unhappy as you guys are just wailing the fuck out of this poor creature.
Well, poor them, because I have another attack, because I have extra attack.
No.
So orchid carved comes back down to 19 to hit.
Yes.
And that's an 11 slashing damage. Remember, it is non-lethal.
You only cut a hand off, that's fine.
It's Non-lethal hand loss.
It's a non-lethal hand loss. All right, yeah. So you slash down twice at this gnome, and you manage to cut them fairly deeply in the chest.
Still standing?
Yeah, still standing.
Guess who still has a bonus action?
What do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to hit him with my longsword, which I'm wielding in my other hand.
Fuck you and your dual wielding.
And that's a 21 to hit. 20.
That hits.
But it's only 8 damage minimum.
Okay, that's good. I
That's
will
minimum.
take that. That's okay. Essentially, what we see is you just see you slash down twice with the same sword, and she kind of looks up, thinking, "Oh, maybe this is it," and you just backhand her with the other longsword as it comes out.
Still standing?
She's still standing.
Oh boy. I'm in for a world of pain next turn, I assume. That's the end of my turn.
It is Carsis's go. Yeah, fuck you, Greff. She runs over towards the one posing imminent death to her gnome companion.
It's all non-lethal. Come on.
The construct / Goliath Carsis runs over, lifting their pick high in the air. And they smash it down upon your head.
My current AC is 17.
That's pretty good.
Natural 20.
That's not good.
Do I have adamantine armor?
I don't know, have you bought any?
Guys, let's lie to her.
Yeah, Ron would have made that for him, of course. He's his buddy.
Like, fuck, he would have.
Ah, fuck.
It's that or your big beggar construct you're building.
Yeah, oh, that's fair. Yeah. Any adamantine I have would probably go towards that.
Yep.
No! That's been created to death by a fucking construct.
It's okay. I'll put your sentient mind into it.
She lifts it high and she smashes the pick into the back of your head for 32 damage.
Jesus! I'm still
It was a crit. It was a crit.
I know, but I'm still standing.
I'm glad she didn't come after me.
She lifts her other hand high in the air and she slams it onto the top of the pick, further embedding it into your head. And let's see what this damage does. She also has multi-attack, motherfucker.
That's gruesome.
Yeah, it is. It wasn't a 20, but it was a 19 on the dice.
Oh my god, Greff's
I'm so
out.
sorry.
I'm 90% sure.
Oh boy.
Fuck. For 22 bludgeoning damage?
Greff is out. You didn't double my health, so I'm not permanently fucking dead. Yeah. Did you, when you critted, double your strength damage or your proficiency bonuses and shit like that?
No,
Jesus.
just the dice.
Alright, just wanted to make sure. Then 32 all of a sudden sounds really low.
Yeah, because that was a crit. I was very... They rolled real well on the slab, on their multi-attack.
Yeah. So it just drives a spike into Greff, and then when Greff just looks fucking wide-eyed up at it, and it slams the back of its hand into the spike again, Greff just goes wide-eyed and goes down.
Wait a minute.
Dramatically... What?
I might be going crazy. You're... I don't know if you actually are a Goliath or not, but don't Goliaths have Stone's Endurance?
Normal Goliaths do.
Okay.
Me and V have a thing.
Gotcha.
But thank you.
How many characters do you have in Cicero?
No, Greff would definitely go to Bell.
Greff's go to bed. Thank you for reminding him, but not appropriate in this moment, I'm afraid.
I was trying to save you.
I know. Every little helps. You guys see the Colossus pull the pick out the back of Greff's head, and you see a small sprout of blood coming out, and you see them hit the deck. You can see that the back of the skull is cracked, and you can see a lot of blood pouring out. They turn, and they point their pick at Arawn, and that's the end of that go.
Cool.
So, Arawn. What do you want to do?
How bad does the gnome look?
She looks bad. She doesn't look like Greff bad with a hole in the back of her head, but she looks bad.
Okay. You said that she was using a spell book?
Yes. She's using the spell book and she's using the alchemist stone.
Does it look like she's using the spell book as like a main focal point for the whatever spell she's casting?
No, she's channeling the spell through, from your knowledge of magic, she's channeling the spell through the alchemist stone. The book is more like this is how to perform the spell kind of a thing. It's a literal recipe book, guidebook.
How high is the ceiling?
What's your intent?
To fly out of range of monster pick?
I don't know, how tall's a normal ceiling?
A normal ceiling would be like 10 feet or so.
Probably about 15 feet then.
Granted, this construct's probably about 10 feet in height.
She's like 8'5".
Yeah, so that'd probably still be able to reach me.
Let's say, looking at her height, looking at the range on her, like how big her weapon is, how big the pick is, you could see that if she stood on tiptoes, she'd be able to touch the ceiling with her pick. Does that help?
Yes. Okay, how far away are they?
From you, they're probably about 80 feet, something like that.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, Arawn will move 30 feet away, making it 110 feet distance.
You were at the bottom of these stairs?
Yeah, if I move into the room, I can kind of like hug the wall, I guess. Would make sense.
If you hugged the wall, you'd be 80 feet away. Like, you can't get back further in this room. Like, if you're in the room, you're 80 feet away if you're going to the furthest away from them.
Oh, I getcha. Okay.
Yeah, the stairs don't go into the room and there's room behind it. No, that the stairs is where the wall is.
Okay. Well, in that case, there's not a whole lot I can do at the moment, except for Arawn is going to, noting that the acid did not seem to take hold as well, he's going to flip another switch on the gun, and the greenish color shifts over to an icy cyan color blue.
Nice.
And bonus action wise, he is changing his arcane weapon to cold damage. Mm-hmm. And he's going to fire another shot at the gnome. Specifically, he's going to try to aim for the hand that's holding the alchemist stone.
Okay, I'm going to let you know there is a chance you could break the stone. Well, actually, yes. You're taking that calculated risk. Okay.
Okay. 20 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so that's 9 piercing damage.
Yep.
6 thunder damage and 4 cold damage.
As you shoot this bullet into her wrist, you can see kind of like it's against all the laws of physics, but you see like little icicles coming off of the back of this, and it smashes into the wrist, the one that's holding the stone. And you guys see the stone fall from her hands and bounce a few times. It's not cracked, it's fine. But you also see her fall to the ground. The magical effect that is happening inside the circle peters out, and you hear Cass's roar extremely loud. It's kind of almost deafening in how painful this scream is. All right, your gnome is unconscious.
Okay. That
is there anything else you'd like to do?
And my action.
Okay.
Actually, Karsus is... I guess the Goliath and the construct haven't, stopped, I guess?
The Goliath and they've stopped where they pulled the pick out of Greff's head.
Okay. But they're still, moving. They're still active.
Yes.
Okay. After the roar dies down, then Arawn is going to keep the gun leveled at the gnome on the ground and say, "Stand down or I kill your friend."
Take a persuasion roll.
Okay.
It's going to be difficult.
Shit. 21. And that's only with a +2.
Okay. You see her, you see her grind to a halt. And you'll figure out what she's doing when it gets to her go. Ivoris. What do you want to do?
Ivoris is going to hold his shield up kind of over his head and run over and heal Greff.
Okay.
For 15.
Okay. Yeah, you feel this nice, warm, tingly feeling as you come round, as you and T Tabaxi-looking friends brings you back around with a lay of his hands upon your skin.
Jesus.
Provides his own Foley. What an actor.
Guys, I have a massive headache.
So hungover. All right,
I'm
it's
just gonna deduct 2 intelligence points for Greff. Pieces of his brain are still on the fucking pick.
essentially the blood is no longer running out of the back of your head. It's very quickly healed over, but you put your hand back there, you can still feel a crack and a bit of a hole.
Oh, it's one of those itchy scabs.
That's one success. All right. Kino seems to still be breathing. Greff. There's a very pissed off looking, constructy looking thing above your head. And there's also Ivoris holding a shield over him.
Yeah, I guess Greff grabs both his swords, which I would assume are lying at his side somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get up, and as he's getting up, okay, so I'm kind of standing up. Is the construct making any kind of swipe or any kind of aggressive movement towards me, or is it facing Arawn at this time?
It's facing Arawn.
Greff is going to try to stabilize the gnome.
Okay, take a medicine check. As you go to make moves towards Cassis, kind of spins around very quickly, hearing movement and seeing you go. And they kind of lift their pick high, but they don't seem to be slamming it or intending to slam it down at this moment.
Yeah, I'm assuming Greff drops both of his, Greff kind of releases both of his swords as he falls down, and he starts bandaging out his wounds with 16 to medicine.
10 is
You're
the DC.
stabilizing the gnome?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then she's stabilized.
All right. Then, yeah, Greff just sees that the bleeding stops and its breathing returns to normal, and he just grabs his weapons and turns around okay. Okay. One down.
Cassis looks down at Kino and looks up at the three of you. And they very slowly lower their pick. As they do so, the flickering between the image of Cassis the Construct and Cassis the Goliath kind of peters out, and it's just the Construct standing before you. And they say,
"You interrupt, Mistress. Mistress, help."
You stole. Okay, she stole you, and she has stolen things.
You see Cassis kind of put the pick back very gingerly, taking very deliberate, slow movements. It could be janky movements, but you could take it as being slow. And they kind of push Greff very gently aside to pick up Kino. And she just holds her and she says,
"Mistress still hurt. Me and Mistress leave. Be happy. Not stolen. I'm alive."
No can do. You are property and she is thief. So that's not happening.
you see her holding the gnome a little closer.
"No, not property. I'm live."
No, you were made by a very, very sweaty tabaxi.
You made by tall, ugly Goliaths.
Hey, now, that's no way to talk about Mama Greff.
No one insults my Greff!
Fight me! No, wait, I know how that ends.
Arawn is approaching, keeping
Let me
his gun
pick your
leveled.
brains.
Just for the record, he's approaching slowly, but he has the gun leveled still.
Yeah.
Arawn,
What?
this is your expertise. Can you deal with the machine?
You were a Goliath before. How are you in there? What happened?
I'm Construct. Built by Tabaxi.
I know.
But life, have heart and mind. Want to be more than just stand guard. Want happy, want life, want love, want freedom. Mistress, help.
Hold that thought. Don't move. Arawn's going to go to the spellbook,
Yes.
and he's going to start reading through, specifically on the pages that it looks like she was.
Okie dokie.
Also, he's retrieving the alchemist stone.
As you go for the stone, Cassis will step in the way.
Need stone. Mistress needs stone. Me life. Mistress needs stone. Leave stone. Go away from stone.
Greff is kind of just rubbing at the back of his head like, I think I see where this is going, guys.
Arawn, is this normal or possible?
Normal? No. Possible? Well, apparently. Give me a moment. He'll step away for the moment and go look through the book then.
Okay. The book is currently open on a spell, a ritual, that provides a body and a soul. It requires an alchemist stone to do this, and the alchemist stone will be consumed in the process. The alchemist stone bringing potency to exceptionally rare ingredients and providing a soul from energy that is collected from the Sentinel, Cicero, Stalking, and Bellum. Yeah, that's essentially the basics of the spell. It looks like... what else can I really give you? Take an investigation.
19.
It looks like the spell has been recently written. It's not exactly like if you rub it right now, you can see that it's still wet ink. No, it's like, it looks like it's been smudged recently. You know the difference between really fresh ink and say something that's been on a page which has yellowed for years and years and years. Yeah, this is kind of fresh and kind of new.
Arawn's going to bookmark the page and pick up the book.
Mistress need book.
I'm going to hold on to the book. If you would like to grab the stone for now, that's fine. But you need to come with us and we need to figure this out. Because you cannot be in that.
They look down at their body like...
But it's me.
But
It's just a construct. It's just confused. She probably just gave it a bunch of weird commands.
No, I'm live.
if I understand correctly, it seems like the soul of her companion got put into this, it seems like.
No, I just think it's a construct. A silly construct, but a dangerous one too. But,
Okay, we should talk to her now.
the gnome?
Yeah.
Mistress sleep.
I don't trust
You
her.
have to wake mistress.
If we bring her back, who knows what she might do. Spellcasters are tricky that way.
We have rope. We can tie her up and have a conversation.
Okay, construct person.
Classes.
Carsus,
Name is
yes.
Classes.
How about this? We are gonna wake up Kania. But you need to take a step back.
Me hold mistress.
Not gonna happen.
Take a persuasion roll.
There's no way this is an intimidation.
No way. She put a hole in the back of your head.
You see, it's a 10 persuasion.
She holds Kenya a little closer.
Me hold mistress. We not go nowhere. You ask a question, fine.
Question, Ivoris. Can you, I don't know how to ask this non-metagamey. Can you cast Inflict Wounds?
No.
It's a cleric thing.
Right. Yeah, okay.
I could always just fucking shoot her.
Fuck,
She's
I
being
did.
held by a giant-ass construct.
I did lay on hands. Do I need to make a roll for?
No, not with the lay on hands.
Oh, okay.
If it requires a spell slot.
I think it would just be easier if we brought them both back to Dalka.
Dalka is Mama.
Dalka is also the one who sent us.
She won't put me back on wall.
Probably. She was really proud of you. Put a lot of effort into you.
But I don't want to go on wall.
Well,
Then why
I don't
don't
want to
you
have to
talk
work
to her?
for money.
I want to work for money.
No, I just want free money.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to make the point that the world isn't fair. To the construct. Why am I even arguing with you?
Well, no, because listen, this was part of what Dalka was saying, was that there is limited sentience that could be put into constructs. That's why I'm interested in this.
Did she do that to Karsus?
That's what I
that's
don't
what you-
understand, because Karsus was not the construct.
Karsus is construct. Karsus is Goliath.
But those are two
Mistress.
separate things.
Mistress Tell.
Ivoris, what do you think? Arawn throws his hands up in frustration. He's not letting go of the gun. It's still in his hand. But he throws his hands up in frustration and looks at you.
All right. You were being disguised as a Goliath to be hidden?
Yes. Mistress Hyde.
There is no Goliath in there, and Greff is gonna bonk on it.
No.
Like-
Greff, I think actually, okay, now I'm starting to, I think the insinuation was that the construct was always the Goliath, just in disguise, like magic. Like how I can disguise myself.
Yeah. Yes. There never was a Goliath.
Right.
There was a construct that got stolen.
Right.
And they're trying to make it one permanently.
Yes. So I think, and now you can't disagree with me, Karsus, but I think Dalka should be part of this conversation.
I agree.
She's the one who put all the effort into you.
Does your maker have word over what you do?
They did for 15 years, 16 years, something like that. How long did Dalka get to have say over you?
You see kind of their eyes swivel downwards and swivel back up.
I'm sure.
Well, from what I understand, you were a quite recent addition to the wall. Isn't that right, Ivoris? No, Arawn.
As far as I understand it, this kind of technology is definitely newer.
You're new, you're fresh. It would be a shame to leave the town unguarded. You had a job, a position, a thing to do. Then you just walked away because some weirdo came and told you that you were a Goliath?
No. How? Mistress, speak with me. See me walk, protect town. Asked me to help her. I did. Then didn't want to be turned off. So help her more. Help her make things, protect her things. She's still hurt. I still have her. Now I don't want to be turned off. I want to be Goliath proper.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that ain't happening, because that, and I'm going to point to the alchemist stole, is stolen and does not belong to you. Do you know what stealing is? You're probably programmed to stop stealing, right?
No.
Oh. Well, stealing's bad, okay? Mama Greff told me so.
Okay, Arawn,
Yes.
is she aware that she is making things that are, at very least, apparently simulating free will? Is she aware of this?
I don't think this was an intended part of it. I'm not 100% sure. She's a bit more advanced on this part than I am. That's why I'm trying to bring this back so she could teach me. This is making for good notes, though, on things not to do.
Okay.
Like, let weird gnomes talk to your stuff. Okay, Karsus. I'm putting down the fucking, like, this is the end of this fucking conversation. Dalka gets a say in this. She does. She's your mama.
I agree with this.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Can it be an...
You cannot intimidate her. She
That
put a pick in your head.
And I
I
put a
wanted to be
bullet in her owner.
I want that to be intimidation.
It's
I do
not.
too.
All right. Persuasion.
Ha, hoo, ha, he. Ooh,
15.
That's better.
15.
Fine. See, Mama.
Good. We'll get Kania up and talking once we're at... Everybody has such similar names. I'm fucking lost.
Hard to pronounce names, I understand.
Thank you. Found an ally. All right. You guys on board with
Rolls
this?
his eyes.
That is fine.
I didn't want to argue with the construct. It just happened.
And person, not just construct.
And I am also a Goliath, but you don't see me spouting about it. All right. Greff's going to start walking towards the door and see if Karsus joins.
It takes a moment or two, but then you hear like the clunk, clunk, clunk of a large construct following you.
And they have the stone, right?
They have the stone, they have the gnome.
Okay. I have the book. For the record, that arcane weapon lasts for an hour. Arawn is keeping that on and aimed the whole time.
Okay.
Like we're walking up the stairs and there's a constant hum of the gun just being leveled.
It's okay.
How long would it take us to get to Dhaka and not going through the middle of fucking town with her construct?
Probably about 2.5 hours.
I guess you're rolling for how long? Kania is underconscious.
Sure. Let's roll a d4.
Please be a 3 or 4.
Please.
1.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Bash her in the head.
What's You do that, you're getting a pick. What's your passive perceptions? I don't often do this.
16.
15.
11.
Oh, god damn it, dude.
Yeah, on your 15 and your 16, you're natural. But you can see that she has like stirred a little bit. She is awake, but she is keeping her eyes closed. She's just either resting or she's just trying to hide that she's asleep. You're not really sure, but she is awake.
Okay.
Yeah, like Greff gives it like a couple of minutes, waits for her to make some kind of a action that reveals that she's awake. Does she do anything?
Nothing obvious. Nothing obvious. Not like, I'm awake now. Like, nothing like that.
No, then Greff's gonna like stop for a second, just turn around and go like, Kania, I understand that the situation you lost consciousness was not good. But I promise you, we will not unduly end your life. We simply want Dhaka to have a conversation on this. Please do not do anything that would force us to end any lives. Because I will.
You see her open her eyes and she looks over at you and just nods and just curls back up to sleep.
And Greff keeps leading.
Okay. It's a bit of a meandering path back, using only the underground tunnels and not surfacing anywhere. But yes, you do make it back to Dalka's workshop. It's fairly evident for the moment, like you're anywhere in earshot, you just hear clang, 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 clang as she's using her blacksmith's tools to make something else. The 5 of you make your way into Dalka's workshop.
Should I wait outside again?
I'm sure that you are going to be the least of her problem when her construct believes it's alive and there's a person there trying to argue for that. So I think please come in. I'm really bad at convincing people on things. I don't do this. I need you, man. I need you.
Ron.
Don't look at
Arawn's
me.
just going to sell us out for money. Come on, dude.
Okay, listen. I'm not that bad. It just so happens that I don't have a silver tongue. I just have silver bullets.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Thank you.
It's your friend, Arawn, but whatever.
Well, I'm not worried about convincing her. Arawn's like looking at the construct and the gnome, like
The gnome is fully
Side-eye.
awake now. She's kind of like sitting up on her shoulder.
Dalka, bang, 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 Dalka.
What you want?
We found your thing, but there's a bit of a hiccup.
Bit of a hiccup. If you're telling me it's in pieces, it's not bloody use to me. And she turns around. It's like, what's in one piece?
No,
Nice.
that's not the problem.
Right. Walk over here. You need to walk here.
See, that's the
Great,
problem.
Someone's broken their input, fuck's sake. And
It has free will?
Clank over. Free will. Yeah, whatever. Like, what you...
I'm life. I have free will.
No, you're not alive. You don't have free will. I made you over there.
But ugly Goliaths make other ugly Goliaths.
There are 2 ugly other people here you can point to, you know?
But you like me.
Okay, Dalka, you see the problem here.
Ah, bloody hell.
So the gnome apparently was trying to do something with turning the construct into more of a person. It has free will, it seems like. It doesn't want to be here.
All right. Go stand over there. I promise not to turn you off. How about that? Let's just easy start with that. And you see Cassis turn on the spot and clank over to the kind of big empty area where she was clearly supposed to be. And you see her put the gnome down. And the gnome steps forward and says, please, she's alive. She has thoughts and ideas, and she has a way of being. She just wanted to be alive, and I wanted to be alive. That's all we were trying to do. And get away from certain people, but that's it.
You mean the people you stole from?
They started by giving us this stone. They wanted us to make things for them. The things they were making, they're bad. Cassis helped me see that.
What are you making?
Take a persuasion roll.
18.
Are you familiar with what it is the initiative any of those guys are up to?
Vaguely and keenly.
It's a very complicated situation.
They wanted us to make things, and Cassis helped me see that's... We might be responsible for the death of Ivoris in some way. And they got us making more of these things, and when I realised exactly what it was for...
What did you make exactly that you think might have killed Ivoris?
Do you know what a web of creation is?
Would I have heard of this?
No.
Yeah, then I'm going to say no either, probably.
Oh, Greff is intimate with it.
Oh, the web of creation. That's the spiders on the tree of wishes we're making.
Yeah, Mama Greff spins them at home.
Mama Greff spins them at home to make such wonderful blankets.
Do you know what? For the sheer dumbery, roll a history track, Greff.
I'm not good at history. 7.
Okay. No, even Mama Greff didn't have a story about this.
Aww.
I hate this. We're building Mama Greff's character and we're never going to meet her.
Aren't we?
No. Well, the web of creation can hold very powerful beings, so their magic can't get out. They're held in place. It doesn't matter what plane of existence they're on.
And you made one of those And you think they put Severus in it?
If you're going to kill a god, you need to hold them still, I guess. But that's not the concern. The concern is that if I tell you everything I know, will you let us finish the spell? Will you let us just flee to Discora?
That's not really my decision to make. And Arawn was looking at Dalka.
Wait a minute, you're telling me that you think you're alive? I did not do that. That was not an intention of mine.
You probably should have beta tested it. Actually, not even. That should have been an alpha test, I feel like.
I did. I've got loads of them up there.
How many sequences of testing did you run?
The usual 8.
I would have run at least 15.
But you're paranoid.
Just a little bit, and for good reason. And Ron's like gesturing it.
But if you've got free will and a sentience that I didn't put in there, either I'm way better at it than I thought I was, or I could really use that to improve my other ones.
Wait, no, what? Don't make all the other ones confused too. This one doesn't want to work for you anymore.
No, maybe.
I mean, if you look at it from a purely mechanical point, at some point we were just creatures roaming around and then we were like, shit, I'm alive. Maybe that's what's happening here. I could take them.
If my shoes wanted to leave me, I would not want all my other shoes to act like that.
Well, we wouldn't put sentience into your shoes.
That would be bloody stupid. Who the bloody hell wants sentient shoes? Although, if you did have sentient shoes, you wouldn't have to walk because they'd move themselves.
What?
Do you know what, Greff? You might be a genius.
You know what?
I'll tell you what, Karasis and Kinnear. If, you're willing to stay for a little bit and let me study you inside and out, ripped you to pieces and I promise to put you back together again, I could learn something from this. I mean, if I want to build my thing, it might be useful to have something to think on its own.
That includes me, right? I get to stay for that?
She looks sideways at you like she's just completely forgotten you were there.
We had a deal.
She's like, yeah, I'd give you some of my blueprints. You could have the old ones if this works. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right, hold on a second, because I feel like I'm a little bit entitled here to at least getting the more recent notes, considering your last ones did this.
I'll give you some of my old blueprints. That should be fine. It's a good start, and if you want to do another 7 tests, you've got the blueprints for those. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with you going off and being whatever you want to be, if I can rip you to pieces. Can someone roll a d20 for me?
I'm not pushing my luck.
This is Dalka's persuasion.
Neil. No, have Neil do it. Roll20 likes Neil.
Why? No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It's a 10.
That's not good.
Do you have inspiration?
Do I have inspiration?
No, I would use mine, but I don't have any.
Can anyone lend assistance? So that
I can. I will.
Help.
Arawn will offer his expertise and say, I will be here as well. I am also proficiently skilled with these things. I will make sure that nothing goes wrong. You can observe if you would like to, Kinea.
You promise to let us go. Let us finish this spell.
If Dalka says it's okay, I'm not one to argue.
I want to put a little bit of a pin in that.
What?
If she leaves
right.
with the construct, which they believe was the Goliath,
right,
and take the alchemist stone with them.
Okay, we keep that.
Do you know how much we're going to get paid? We're going to get paid literally 0 gold, and we might get charged the teleportation cost because we didn't do our job.
How sure are you that they were using this stone to do these things?
To create the webs. I was the only one working on it.
And one of these things has to be made to do what happened.
You're gonna let us go, right?
Fuck! I'm not giving
How-
the fucking stone.
How difficult is it to make one of these webs?
Very. There's a lot of difficult ingredients. It has to be done under a new moon. Some of it is exceptionally expensive. Some of it's hard to come by. It requires a lot of sacrifice, like flesh and bone and stuff. It's a pretty dark spell. It doesn't normally bother me, but someone opened my eyes about certain things. And she gives Cassis a side glance.
Okay, we need to have a discussion alone for a moment.
I'm not happy about this.
Why don't we step out into the hallway? You guys stay here.
Okay. Dalka will happily go step outside. She kind of grumps up and down outside the corridor a little bit, just like kicking away some of the dirt and the stones, as if she's realizing that her place is filthy for the first time ever. It's more a nervous habit than anything. You are alone with Kino and Cassis.
Oh, I thought Ivoris meant just the three of us.
Yeah, I thought we were stepping outside.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the three of you outside.
We need to have a party discussion.
Mm-hmm. In that case, the three of them are discussing Cassis' evolution, shall we say.
As soon as Greff is outside, he's just leaning up against the wall, head down. He's obviously mad, hands like arms crossed. He's just pouting.
Okay. I don't give a fuck about the machine. I hope it works out. I don't know what to think of it. So I'm going to remain kind of neutral on that. But the stone
cannot go back into the hand of the initiative.
Well, if what they are saying is true.
The worst part is that I agree. The destruction of gods is just blasphemous to the highest degree.
There is a problem now. Because of the fact that this is the second time.
We have to come up with something to tell them.
Right. Otherwise, they're going to hunt us down.
So that's where I suggest we have them come up with the solution for us as a part of the agreement. They will set up a scenario.
She's like an acid alchemist or whatever.
Sorry.
Right?
Yeah, fucking, like... Can we use that somehow? I don't know. I'm not happy. We're not going to get paid.
No. But I'm
not happy. The initiative has been killing gods.
The whole reason we were careful about this in the first place is because we wanted to make sure the stone was in the right hands.
Ivoris, why are you not more angry about this? Greff is now like walking up to you. You are actually as tall, if not slightly taller than him, I think.
I am Greff, but what is done is...
You are not mad. You are passive, benign. Get mad. We've been lied to, tricked.
Ivoris kind of like looks away and looks like he's considering things, and like you can tell that he's a bit emotional, but like that he's trying to like try to think logically, and that's kind of what
Greff pushes you. He does the like come on bro push. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The shoulder.
Yeah, like
Ivoris is not used to it. He's gonna look a bit flustered. Greff, look, I'm not giving... You want me to put it out flat for you? I'm not going to give them the stone back.
Thank you.
If you want to finish the job, you're going to have to do it without me, but I'm not going to... If you want me to put it in those terms, sure.
Not a chance in
I like
Cicero
to try
I'm
to
getting the
approach
stone back.
these things with giving you guys a bit of a say and get your side of things too.
If you told me that the initiative...
But Greff, we're also double agents for them. It's not like we aren't already actively doing things about it. What do you want me to do more? Throw things? You want me to throw something, Greff?
Yes! Throw
You
a
want me
punch!
to throw something?
Something, anything! Get mad with me! Why am I the angry one? It was your god. He saved your life. And now we know the murderer.
And anger won't solve anything right now, Greff.
Oh, but it will make you feel better.
But I'm also not just angry. All right, Greff. I don't know how to react to these things, so I have tried to approach them with logic. All right. I'm going to get help with this. We know that it happens. You don't have to address it.
Fine.
Is my logic invalidated to you somehow by any spurt of emotion?
Absolutely not. Just guess I wanted to see you more passionate.
We don't know a lot about each other, Greff. I'm aware of that. We need to give it time.
Fine. Sorry. I'm sorry I pushed you.
Arawn, what are your thoughts?
I'm always in it for the knowledge. That's been pretty forward from the get-go.
Do you have any ideas on anything that we can do to make this a better situation for ourselves with our employers?
My initial thought is that we would seek out the assembly and see if we can get protection from them. Because at this point, it seems like we can't stay very neutral and work as double agents.
Not unless we get a hell of an excuse.
Right.
But it will start looking suspicious.
Things are already suspicious. And part of the problem is the fact that we're also putting, well, our only friend in the initiative in danger by doing this too. Adnilov has put a lot on the line.
The issue now is that we don't have enough of your little trinkets to cover ourselves too, because Adnilov needs to have one, and once we return empty-handed, they might look into us more too, so we would need to have one to even be double agents.
There's not a whole lot we can really do. At least nothing I could think of. I can't make an alchemist stone of anything like that.
Okay, well, we have that to figure out, and apparently we have time to do that because now you want to stay and learn, and seeing as how we are not going to return with the thing they're looking for, our time frame means nothing. So what we need, does anyone have an issue with the robot, letting it do its thing, and Docker in its arrangement? All of our deal is with this stone, correct, at this point?
We were going to get paid extra for bringing in Karsa and Kania alive or dead. If we can somehow fake that they're dead and say that the alchemist stone got lost in the kerfuffle, like, that's a good play for us. It's the worst fucking case scenario, but it doesn't at least sound like, oh yeah, we jerked off in a random town for 3 days and then came back home with nothing. Like,
V, remind me, if I believe Arawn had done a little bit of research into it. The alchemist stone, once it gets used for this kind of purpose, it's depleted. It's no longer active, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll another history check for me.
8. I'm not good at history.
I can't give you anything else, I'm afraid, so.
No. The alchemist stone is not going back into initiative hands. That's for certain.
If it gets depleted, though, they can't use it.
Exactly. Well, they're not going to pay us if that happens, is it?
I mean, they can't not pay us something. We did return it. It just got used by the time that we got to retrieving it. That's not on us.
Is it gonna shatter? Okay, we might want to ask Kania about this. I don't know. Can we blow up a house and just go back like, yeah, we fucking killed them?
Okay, here's the thing. We have another pretty smart person in the other room that might also have ideas. This meeting, we're good, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Then we can approach them with our truth and, see what help they're willing to offer. Let's approach them with good news and let them begin whatever it is they are going to be doing.
Ivoris, I'll let you do the talking.
Oh, because I'm so knowledgeable about anything that is going on right now.
Well, you do the talking, and then if you have any questions or you're stuck on something, then you can ask one of us. But for the most part, I think you would be the level-headed one, the neutral one. Greff and I have very different stakes in this. Greff is very emotionally inclined. I'm very intellectually inclined. You're kind of somewhere in the middle.
You are the balance. Okay. The three of you make your way back into the room. When you walk back in, you see that Karsis is letting her arms be moved around by Dalka, who has the kind of one of the glasses over her eye is kind of emitting a very bright blue light, just like investigating, and they seem to be conversing exceptionally quickly about things. Kania sees those two are much in it, sees you three approaching. She pretty much looks as if like that, you know how like sometimes you get the really bored partner who's like, they're talking something technical and I don't care? She has that look on her face. It's almost a relief to see you three walking in.
Almost.
Were we going to tell them about who we work for?
Well, I mean, I figure they kind of guessed already.
I mean, yeah.
We kind of were very subtle about that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meta-wise, she's getting like help from the assembly to get across, right? Like she's gonna go through the Earth Dark.
Yes, I think at some point someone had discovered this. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they were gonna boat.
Yeah, they've spoken about trying to leave. Yeah.
Oh, right. They were going to buy a boat. Okay, we don't know if it's assembly, but basically we're doing
at the same time that your guy needed a boat, right?
Look at that.
Crazy. Seems like the boats came in the same episode. And it's probably the same boat.
I'm getting fucked.
Oh, really?
Definitely probably the same boat.
All right, yeah. So she walks over as you three enter. She says, is everything... have you made a decision yet?
If, Dalka, you are satisfied with your deal with...
Yeah, working.
Okay.
Whatever.
We don't care about that as long as you're happy. We cared about the stone... And we are not going to be returning it to them. So we don't have as much stake in that anymore. However...
you can see that Kania's face is just lit up.
However, we do need help.
If you can make sure that we can leave and that I can finish the spell, then... whatever help you need.
Sure. The assembly was going to be helping you get out, yes?
So far as I can tell, there was a nice drow chap who made some arrangements for us, and I think he's at least sympathetic to the assembly, if not in it.
Of course. We are... Ivoris flashes his little badge thingy.
The one that says you're part of Kit.
Yeah. My initial
Eyes go a
policeman
little bit
badge.
wider. And you hear like the clunking of gears of Cassie's behind. She realizes that may be something wrong. I don't understand. Cassis? You can see her taking a few steps back.
No. Hey, so, okay, the first part might not have been clear. Okay. We are not going to return the stone because and Ivoris will flip up his little eye patch.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to help them do any more damage. We are kind of doing our own thing. But
You're rebelling against the initiative?
we're
Let's
gonna
not
help
put it into
them.
words.
You're
We're
making
gonna-
sure that your employers are unhappy?
We are.
I mean, if you want to put it that way, yeah.
We are trying to make sure that no more gods die. That is about all that I care about. As for the other two, they would like to get paid as well. But that will not be happening because we will not be returning with this stone. However, in order for us to continue our internal affairs with looking into what the initiative are doing, we're going to have to return with some kind of a very good excuse that we don't currently have.
Okay. Would it help if you had the empty stone? It can technically be recharged, but it takes a really long time. Like a couple of months.
The issue that I have is that they would still have a stone. However,
They
we
do.
might be able to know when they were recharging it.
Wait, they have more than one stone?
She nods. I think the alchemist family that gave us all the stones, that has all the stones, I believe there are 3 of them. The
Oh,
Athnar
shit.
family. One of them was given to me for this. Another one was lent out, and I think Ennis's sister has one. I'm not really sure. But if you give them back the stone and it's empty, it would take them a very long time to refill. And you could just say you caught us too late, but you still managed to do whatever to us. They only want the stone, right? They don't need us as
They
proof or
wanted
anything.
you, but
Can't have her, she's mine.
God, calm down. You weirdly possessive robot. We're not taking either of you back. While what you did is inexcusable and absolutely downright despicable, I believe that you may have had a change of heart, and I'd rather not have that on my conscience. I'm less interested in giving them back the god murdering tool if it'll take them a couple of... my intention is not to end god murder for the next couple of months. It's for the foreseeable future. Permanent kind of thing. So I would personally prefer if you did the ritual and then on the boat over you chuck the fucking rock in the ocean.
But we do want to get some money, Greff. So, I mean...
I'll fucking eat the price if this is what it takes. I'm not helping them kill gods.
What if we make a fake one?
Could you do that?
She looks over at Dalga, who kind of like waves her hand in the air. She's like, you get me some ingredients and you put some basic magics in there. Maybe you had to fool him. Maybe not. It'd be worth a shot. Better than nothing, I guess. And you could always claim that you didn't know you just knew it was empty. You didn't know that I'd maybe trapped it. I could trap
Maybe we
it.
need to get Adnalov's say in this.
Who's Adnalov?
Look who talked too much this time. No, I think we are good in getting a fake rock, claiming that we fought them, killed them, and something happened that we can't recover the bodies. Well, one of them was just a robot. We'll just say we returned the robot back to Dalka. The ritualist, she, I don't know, what? What happened to you? Why can't we return you?
You
Disappeared
could
with
always say
magic?
that when you destroyed the robot, she exploded. And you can see her like lifting up like a thing on the chest. You see a little like power core in there and it's like glowing red and orange. It's like, yeah, just a little safety device, a little fuck you to whatever tries to kill my robots. It's not far from the truth.
Oh, wait, that's a thing?
And then you see,
Did you not tell us about this?
I didn't know.
and Cass just like looks down at her chest, terrified.
Betrayal! Everywhere I look, betrayal today. This is the...
Arawn has
hate
his
this
head
thing.
tilted to the side and is like looking like that really like food deprived child that is like staring at a 5-course meal and is like that's a thing.
Yeah. I put it in all of them. Well, she's
That's
got
in
the
the
biggest,
notes, right?
most
That you have
explosive one.
That's in the notes, right?
I'll put it in there for you.
Okay.
All right. Then let me put this on the table. Can we get some kind of a fake explosion that we can put in the ritual room where we found you guys? We'll just chuck a couple of metal pieces down there just in case they investigate our story later on.
Dalka turns her head and the bright blue light goes in your eyes and you're temporarily like, oh, bloody, what the hell? And she's like, I could just put a real explosion in there.
See, yeah.
It's about time. I'll tell you what, if we put, she like, it's just the moment where she like turns and realizes her light's in your eyes and just directs them a bit closer into your eyes. But she's looking at Arawn. She says, I could show you how to make it at the same time.
That would be amazing.
2 birds, 1 stone. I'd say your call for knowledge. I'll learn more about my somewhat new companion here. What do you call yourself? Cassis. All right, okay. And you guys get a nicely hidden secret. Not that I give a shit.
You'd back us up on this lie?
Yeah, sure. Or they're going to come down here like, hey, someone wanted a thing. I'd be like, nah, fuck off. Easy.
Almost worked on us.
And we're going to be on the other side of the ocean.
I like it. I just want that stone gone.
What is it with everybody going to Discora?
It's a cool, hip, happening place.
We're not supposed to go there.
I can get away with it. She looks at the fact she's a gnome.
Okay,
I
well,
just
yes, you can.
Needs to learn the language, I guess. Also, we didn't really know here who we could trust, Assembly or Initiative, really. If we can tell the Discoralot what's going on, that the god's dying, that not everyone here on Kino is bad, maybe they could find a way of helping us to stop it. It's not the time to be prejudiced or divided. Bloody god's dying. It's all my fault. There are at least 2 other webs that they have.
Just sitting there.
I assume they're intending on using them.
Wait, you made these motherfucking things. How do you break them?
She shrugs. I don't know.
Couldn't you have put a power core in your web?
That would just explode inside the web. I don't think it would destroy the web. It can contain gods and other celestial things.
Then you make an explosion that is able to do the same.
If you think one explosion will kill a god, you are sorely mistaken.
I don't think anybody has ever tried.
I'll give it a shot.
I would help with that endeavor. Not that I would want to kill a god or anything. Just let me lay that out right now. Just purely for science. Actually, you know, Dalka, maybe that's one thing we probably shouldn't experiment with. Let's not that. Never mind. It sounded like a good idea in my head.
Okay, so
No. What is a web of creation? What am I looking at when I look at a web of creation?
She looks over at Cassis, and Cassis reaches inside her chest, very close to where the power core is. And she pulls out what looks like a mixture of fire, water, and golden thread.
You just have a web of creation.
You can hear this faint humming sound.
You just have one?
It's a very beautiful melody. There's a mixture of something like a stringed instrument and a piano. It's a very beautiful sound. But it also appears to be phasing in and out of vision as she's holding it. It's very difficult to look at. We stole one before we left. It was going to be her fourth one. And I decided they can't get the fourth one, so we took it.
Wanted web. Evil people not have web. Me have web.
And what
she
are you
puts
going
it
to do
back
with it?
beside the power core.
You're just going to keep it in there?
That's probably why the robot thinks it's alive, by the way. That's close
Have
to it.
life. Have life.
There might be a live card in the web, and it might be interfacing with you somehow. Interfacing?
Greff, did you just have like a stroke?
Am alive. Good person. Sorry.
Does anyone know about that web?
She shakes her head. Kania says, I don't think they'd asked me to make it, but I didn't say I had. But the ingredients that would be missing, it would be fairly obvious that we'd at least made one. The ingredients are expensive and kind of gross.
This could be used.
She nods.
But we could use it.
I'm sorry.
No, web, stay with me. Powerful. Me protect web.
And she taps her chest again.
No, what I'm saying is when we find who is responsible for this, if we have to stop them.
Isn't it just initiative people? What was his name? The top guy.
Baracus,
thank you.
I don't think it was Brackus that was doing it, was it?
Mm-mm.
No,
we assumed that it's some one person responsible in the upper parts of, but we don't know who.
Yeah, like I don't think there are. I don't think we need shiny, sparkly, poofy thing to kill whoever did this. It's probably just crazy people. Like everybody here in Kino is so obsessed with technology and machines. I wouldn't be surprised if it was some person like you, Arawn, who just wants to replace the gods.
What?
Like you, not exactly you.
Okay, all right.
I'm not saying you're the one doing this. If you have to tell me.
Legally, you have to tell me.
You son of a bitch! No, like... oh, that thing has to be worth so much money.
If you lose that, you know what you were responsible for.
Cassis nods.
Me not kill gods. Me keep gods safe.
Maybe drop it off the edge of the boat whenever you are out in the middle of the ocean.
Me give to Discora if they fight gods. Maybe they use. But if not trust, me drop in ocean.
Find something to use it for. It's powerful and I can't imagine it's useless. And it took their resources.
Yeah, it's very powerful. Our hope is that if there is someone in Discora that's willing to listen to us, they've got to have noticed the god has died too. Maybe we could trust them, but it would be a big if.
Saras was a human. I imagine the humans are well aware that their god has died.
Good point.
Damn it.
So, we have a plan?
I guess so.
Yes, we do.
all right there, Arch.
What are you chuckling at, motherfucker?
The whole fucking thing. Maybe someone over there can find a use. No shit. No fucking shit.
I'm more upset that we're probably letting like 5,000 gold just walk away. Just
5,000?
You guys,
think that's
you
it?
guys, I'm trying to take this so that we can't use it for what we need to in Discora, and we have to waste it on like someone stupid here. I want to essentially have Ivoris, Greff, and Arawn use this as a Home Alone trap for the wrong guy and for the wrong fucking guy at the top of the fucking
It wouldn't.
initiative here.
Let me put it like this. I put this in here. You guys can use it here for sure. There will be something eventually that you may want to use it for.
We'll run
If it
what
goes
shows
to
up.
Discora,
Web.
if for example, if Discora, however, if you guys let it go, then I'm pretty sure Discora team are going to make use of it.
That's how we get Discora team to Kino. We have to free the dragon.
To save Raw's ass
Okay,
again.
so this is day like 27 or 28. Let me check.
Warrenwa already showed up over here.
Yeah, Warrenwa's been here already, man. It is currently day 28 over here on Kino. And it's day 57 over in Discora.
What did we do on 28 in Discora? What were we doing at this time?
Let me have
Not to derail any further, but I'm genuinely curious.
you guys are making your way back from having done the what the fuck do you call it? You actually still have squash in your group first time round.
Oh.
Yeah, you are 3 days out from arriving in Chatvok.
Oh. So we'd fought the Black Knight.
No. At this point, you haven't fought the Black Knight. You're 3 days
days.
out from Chatvok, yeah.
Oh, okay. That was when we were going to the
Yep.
Lost City.
Yep.
It'll be
Oh, cool.
3 or 4 days until Ivoris's magic problem is fixed.
Correct. We're only a few days away now.
Cool. All right. All right. Anyways,
And spam all the magic I can.
back in it into game.
All right. So, you all have a plan.
Yep.
Step one of the plan.
Very vaguely.
Very vaguely. Step one of the plan. Arawn and Darker decide and build and make a huge explosive. It looks like a slightly smaller power core version of what is inside of Karthus. You kind of like put backwards and forwards, like have a look. She hasn't deactivated Karthus in any way, and she seems very hesitant.
Hesitant.
Thank you. She seems very hesitant to do it. Maybe she's become fond of this, or maybe she thinks she's so good she doesn't need to. Either way, she shows you that side. She shows you how to construct it. So you can note that over the next day or so of building this and putting this together, she's very quick. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's not wonderful at giving you advice and notes. However, you are her only friend in the world. So she goes over some of the points a little often. You now know how to make a power core for a large creature. Not gigantic, a large creature. It would take some work to convert it from large to anything bigger. So that section of your blueprints, you don't need to do.
And the sentience?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
You guys go down into the room, whether Greff and Arawn wish to go with, it's entirely up to you. Kania and Karthus decide out of morbidity to go have a look to see what would happen if Karthus was to explode. You feel and hear the explosion a couple of floors up. You kind of go down there, there's a lot of smoke and a lot of fallen debris. And you look around, there's a lot of scorch marks. You can still feel the heat of a fire, of an explosion. They look unhappy and exceptionally nervous. Since Cuss is apparently some sort of bomb. So yeah, you have that section sorted out. As for the sentience, Darko goes through and kind of prods and opens up the back of Karthus' head, which is an unpleasant experience for Karthus. having a poke inside, you can see all the mechanical components. You can see where everything goes in and where everything comes out. You can see all of the mechanical aspects of this. You can also see a little bit of magic wandering around inside there. And Dalka herself can't pinpoint exactly what it is in here that is giving her this illusion or actual free will. She can't put it out, but you do get a very good understanding of sentience. You do, however, spot your own flaws. You spot her flaws, which she's very happy to point out. Like, this doesn't quite fit here, but I made it work. There's a lot of making it work, which is clearly evident in all of her stuff, but she knows how to make it work. She knows how to do that. You have basically half the plans for sentience. So it will take you half the time to make your own sentient plan.
Okay.
Ta-da. Okay. That's Dalka dealt with. They take the stone and they perform the spell. Are you guys going to be present or are you going to leave them to it?
I want to see this.
Arawn's curious.
I'll be wherever. Wherever everyone else is.
Magic is just another part of science.
It is.
This was about to get a human body, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Greff, would you like to volunteer your body as tribute?
This body's in use, and it's being put to good use.
It is an ugly Goliath, after all.
Arawn
gives you a wink.
I'll trade you my shitty Yanti Barty for your cool robot Barty. Deal?
I mean, listen, Ivoris, if you want, I could try to do that.
Deal?
Do you want me to? I could try.
No.
No?
No, we've got enough machine people running around.
This is out of
doing
character.
things.
Iris would not consider that an option.
Listen, if you want the
There's
robotic
nothing
arms,
in
I got you
Iris's
covered.
head that there's nothing in Iris's head that would think that's an option.
You see the circle made on the ground. You see the construct Goliath-looking thing step into the center of it. And you see Kania read from the spell list again. You see her wave her hands in the air. And after about a minute of continual chanting, you see there is a glow coming from within the circle itself. It lights up Kania's features and it makes them look, not gonna lie, bloody terrifying, because it's a construct with a light underneath. You see her floating off of the ground a little bit. You see her arms stretched out wide, her legs pulled apart, and you see her chest sort of being pushed up and forward and her head laying back. You see the construct bones begin to form and create a skeletal feature. All of the additionals that have been put on top, the eye sockets, the gears, the cloth, the skin, they all begin to merge and create this skeletal form of something that's about 6'5", perhaps definitely humanoid, but you're not sure what yet. You see the slowly layering on of sinew, of muscles, of veins and arteries. You see the formation of a heart. You see the formation of lungs. You see the muscles are big and they're strong. And almost in a flash, you see it covered over in a thin, dark membrane. And it gets slowly thicker and thicker. Small flaws begin to appear in it like moles and some scars. You see eyes being formed. A clear jelly, a layer of white, bright blue. You see long brown hair shooting out from her head. And as she floats down and the spell is done, what is standing before you is a dark-haired, blue-eyed, dark-skinned human woman. Kania rushes over with some clothes and throws them at her so that Kania can cover herself up. So, that's the creation of a human.
Good
job.
I always thought that the creation of humans was a little bit different. I always thought there was a little more
I thought there was a little more sexy time involved.
Yeah.
I also heard it took 9 months, but okay.
So that's how it works, huh?
I mean, I always heard it was a magical experience, but not like that.
But
I've never seen it happen not from an egg. Weird.
You egg-laying species. Enough.
Step 1, lay egg.
Stop. Stop.
You know you love
I
us.
love Yanzi because they basically
You
are
see-
just little cat eggs. It's so good. At one point, Ivoris was a little cat egg. That's
At the
adorable.
end of the spell, there is the stone, the round stone with a circle with an X carved into it. It's no longer glowing yellow. There's no mist flowing inside it. It is completely clear now, almost like glass. With that in mind, Dalka, Kania begin to work on creating a fake version of this, filling it with a little bit of magic here and there. So they're working on that. Arawn, I'm going to say you're tied up for the 2 days that it's going to take to do all of this. All right. Greff and Ivoris, is there anything you would like to do?
In 2 days?
Yeah.
Probably return to the temple and talk to the city guide.
Okay.
Don't call him that.
Local information tourist spot, yeah.
Check on the quests that we have him on.
Okay. Greff, are you going with? You're going to do some of your own stuff.
I don't want to split the party too much, so I'll go.
We're splitting the party, don't worry about it.
Okay, then I think Greff's going back to the bar. The school, sorry.
School. Oh, is that what you call it?
It's a school by my own nature.
Yes. All right. We'll deal with Ivoris first. You go back to the Temple of the Thunder at some point. You see that the drow is there talking with the two turtle twins. And they notice you come in and they give you a wave.
A wave.
Welcome back to the temple.
Hello.
Did things go well?
It is what it is. It'll work out one way or another.
Sounds like things didn't exactly go to plan, hey?
They never do, but for better or worse.
That is the way of life.
We'll figure it out.
I have a little something to tell you. The boys do. They give me a little thing. And he directs you to the office, and you'll sit down, and the two turtle boys are standing in the back of the room, and they're kind of like conversing to each other, and being very quiet and like standing at the back and being very respectful. Please, I have a little news for you. The two boys, they dug it up. You were talking about having more of your kind here in the temple below, in the crypts.
Right.
It would appear that this temple is on the site of a very old temple, and yet an even older temple. It is sometimes a common thing. A place feels very spiritual, and people will build temples upon temples upon temples. Freedom's Bluff is apparently one such place. Looking back through the records, a couple of 1,000 years ago, the boys dug it up. They spent a couple of evenings. From what I can tell, the twins were basically competing against each other to speak an old dead language. I don't really understand children, but they think they've translated it, and I believe they are as correct as we could get. But yes, it would appear that a very long time ago, about when the two continents were at war with one another, there were humans and there were dwarves and elves living over here, much as there were, I assume, many of the races native here over there on Discora before they were forcibly split by the treaty. So, a very interesting place. Lathander has been worshipped here for many years. But there was also, in the records, a very old head priest who was a Yonti, much like yourself. But they had followed the path of Lathander instead of following... it's a very difficult translation. I want to say thing with wings, perhaps fire or acid. Everyone is a little confused. We can't translate that word very well. But they didn't seem to want to follow that. They decided to follow Lathander instead. They were shunned by many of their people, but they said they overcame this. They stood tall and they preached here for many, many years. They also spoke about having voices in their head. But that is all that we really could pick up. Would you like the name? Is that helpful for you?
No, I'll be all right.
You sure? I have a patron list.
I'll get it from him. Whoever.
It was a man.
We'll get it from him then. I've heard enough to ease my mind a bit, I suppose. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're most welcome. If there's anything else, we could continue trying to look for you. But the boys, I think they've done all that they can.
Sure. No, it's been a great help, and we're about wrapping up our business here. So,
it'll be sad to see you go.
Sure. Well, if we have any more business until then, perhaps we will see each other again.
I have a feeling we probably will.
Okay.
I feel like you owe me some sort of favor. I may call in at one point. You can see he's
Sure.
smiling. And
We paid him a lot of money.
Did we?
Did you?
We did. We gave him a good chunk of gold. I remember
Okay.
this.
All right, then we will consider that you managed to slip that in somewhere during over the next 2 days. Greff,
Yes.
going back to school.
I guess so.
All right.
Yeah. Greff just heads back down to the... No, I don't remember exactly how we left it off with what was his name again? I have it written down.
Canton Shadowfist.
Shadowfist. Yeah, so Greff's gonna go back to the school. I'd appreciate if it's not really late in the day, so he's not sauced. Okay, let's say extra sauced.
You find a time of day where you find your teacher just sitting at the bar. He's finished off one coffee concoction from John Kisso, and he looks like he's about to start drinking an ale.
All right. Greff's gonna sit down next to him or opposite him. Is he sitting at a bar or a
He's
chair?
sitting at the bar, so you can sit next to him.
All right. Greff's gonna sit at the bar and just. Oh God, what was the name of the goblin?
Jen Kisso.
Jane Kissel. Jesus Christ, that name. Yeah, he like waits for Jane and there's like something light, please.
Something light and fruity, not a problem, sweetheart. They do some prestidigitation. There is the drawing of light alcohol, and placed in front of you in a fairly big glass, like a brandy glass, there appears to be some brightly glowing liquid, and there is a couple of little ice cubes floating in it, and a pineapple cube.
I just meant like a glass of water or something, but this is fine. This is fine.
Yes, of course it's fine. You know, everything I give you is going to be fabulous, darling.
It's amazing. I love it.
Thank you. I knew you would. He kind of like turns and wiggles his hips a little bit as he walks away.
I swear that goblin gets weirder by that second.
He's all right. So, guessing you found him?
Yeah, we found them.
And they didn't kill your companions, did they?
Greff looks around like, that would be a story to tell, wouldn't it? We get all the pay too. It wouldn't be a bad day. No, they're fine. Don't worry, your travel companions are going to be fine too.
Good. I like him. Nice enough, girls. So, what can I do for you, Greff? Last student.
Well, I guess it's too much to ask of you to teach me everything you know.
Oh, son. I'll teach you everything I know. I've accumulated this over 100 years. I could teach you a thing. I could teach you a thing or two. Come on, kid. You can put that down as he puts his hand on top of your glass as you're going to go drink it.
Hey, he put effort into it.
Come on. Out you get. Yeah, come on. Drink it, so put on your gear. Oh, sweetheart, I'm always... No, put your really gear on. Oh, fine. But you know, last time I did this, I got a broken jaw. It took months for me to heal. You guys walk out to the sparring area. About 10 minutes or so later, you see Jankiso head to toe in leather. It's also kind of padded. It's obvious that they don't wear this very often, but it's exceptionally stylish. It's kind of like bright oranges and bright reds. Everything is painted and coloured. Exceptional stitching. And they are carrying a short sword. All right. Jankiso is going to be our target. I'm going to be what now? I'm joking. It's fine.
I'm not following. I'm so confused.
What I'm going to teach you is how to take advantage of the opportunities you are given.
Okay.
You just use your brute raw strength, and don't get me wrong, you've got a lot of it, and it does you well. But you don't know how to use it, and that's the problem. So, I'm going to teach you how to do that. Jankiso is going to act the part of someone we're going to try and kill. And we are going to act the part of people trying to kill him. Fairly simple. Standard training shit.
Okay. So are you going to say 3, 2, 1, go, or are we going to be talking about this a lot?
Greff. We're not in kids' school. We're just going to attack them. You ready? Let's go.
Go.
Roll initiative.
Oh, no. The curse of the school. I've got a 6.
Well, Jankiso got a natural 1.
I beat you, you weird goblin fuck.
It's not weird. I adore Jankiso. Okay. With that, so that makes my boy first and you second. Right. Jankiso starts walking out as Canton is trying to explain what we're going to do. And Jankiso walks out and you see Canton rush over behind him, pull out his sword and stab him gently in the side. It's not gentle, he's just going to full on stab him in the side. And you see Jankiso kind of like lean over a bit to clutch the wound as he pulls out his own weapon. It is, however, your go.
All right. Greff's going to rush up next to Jankiso. And he like comes in and does these like little stepping things that he learned from the orcs, like brace yourself, put all your force behind your swords. Like, this is not about cutting through armor, this is about breaking the bones beneath it. He's getting himself ready, and then he's just like, no. And he's just gonna like whiff the first hit because he realizes like, I probably might send him like flying across the fucking arena if I put my all into this. So like, Greff like intentionally whiffs his first hit as he's like trying to like calm himself down. Like, okay, we're not trying to kill this person. Do it.
Greff. You see him hold his hand up. It's his Jankiso like, no. At least it's not my face this time. Greff, you've got to go for it. All right, Jankiso, just hold that pose. And you see him kind of like leaning over it a little bit, like freezing in place. The blood is still dripping, but Jankiso is not moving.
See, this is murder.
And he says,
suicide.
You see this, and he indicates the kind of like exposed side, the kind of like the general kidney area. It's like, that is an opening. That right there. I've just created an opening for you. That is the perfect way to stab him and get him in the most potential damage. And you just whiffed it. Why did you do that, Greff?
I didn't want to hurt him.
Okay. He puts his arm around you, walks away a little bit. He's like, it's okay to hurt him. it's okay to kill him. It's only Jankiso, and he's bloody annoying.
I agree.
Right, there you go. We've got magic bits. I've got some that will bring him round. All right, so as long as you don't cut his bloody head off, we're going to be all right. Jankiso's done this 100 times, all right? He's used to it. Don't worry about it. Right, we're going to start this again. I'm going to heal him up. He's going to heal himself up. And then we're going to start this again. All right, Greff?
Okay. I got this.
And he pats you on the shoulder. And we start the round again.
Sorry.
Jankiso heals himself up. You see magic flow beneath his fingers as he heals his wound over. He's like, you kind of do owe me a new... And as he says this, you see Canton rushing over and you see him slash the back of one of his hamstrings. And you see the guy fall to one knee and you hear him like cry a little bit. It's now your go.
Greff's gonna rush in and try to use the opening of his his abnormal position to try to do extra damage against them.
Okay.
That's a 16 to hit.
How much damage?
9 slashing.
Okay. You go for the kind of exposed, to do as much damage as you can against him. And you cause a good fountain of blood, and Jankiso kind of yells out in pain. You see him spin around and push his blade upwards towards Canton's chest. Oh, that hits. As you see him go towards his chest, you see the blade kind of dig in and just catch him at the very point at the end, just catches just under his chin. As he pulls the blade back, you can see that a nice cut has been carved into his chest, and you can see a little blood dripping out from his chin. Canton uses his action to just do one thing. He reaches out and grabs hold of his head and holds him in place. It's now your go.
I guess. Greff's gonna try to. I think going for the back of the neck is crazy. I was specifically asked not to chop. Just don't chop his head off. So
specifically asked.
Hold in place. Jank, hold in place. It's all right. You'll only die once. It's gonna be fine. He's fully exposed. You see these points here, and he lets go of his head, and Jankiso was completely frozen. He points at the back of the neck. He points at 2 kidney shots. He's like back of the neck, perfect place, but you do have bone and all the spine. Kidneys, beautiful place. You just want to go straight in for the damage. You want to go for that really life-ending damage. If you hesitate, you'd be dead.
All right. Greff's gonna... I get technically 3 attacks per turn.
Sure.
Greff's gonna go for the whole combo. He's gonna go he's gonna slash at his side, then across his back of his neck, and then again against the side. Now, of course, if Jankiso at any point just kneels over, I'm not gonna stab him on the ground.
Yeah. If he goes down, you're not gonna keep killing him. Yeah.
So that's 2 Orkin cards. It's a 13 to hit.
That's a miss.
That's a 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
And a 17 damage.
Blimey. There is a lot of blood pouring out of his soft, tender flesh.
That would be across the back of his neck.
Gross.
He's still standing.
Just.
And then the longsword to the other side. And that's an 11. Jesus, this school kills me.
Jankiso throws it. I'm done with this. Lads. Oh, I need healing. And you see him put his hands at the back of his neck. It's his go now. And he casts Cure Wounds. And you just hear this very light melody coming from, he seems to be whistling it, but it sounds more like a musical note than someone whistling. And he's like, okay, I think that's enough for now, darlings. I am going to go back to the bar. Let's say, you almost killed me there. I don't actually want to die. You fucks. Makes his way back to the bar. Canton looks at you and he says, so, do you think when it comes to it, you'll be able to use your strength to hit those critical spots?
Yeah. Just need to think about it before I hit. It's less about brute force and maybe more about aiming.
Yeah, because if you can't hit him, taking half a second, yeah, in a heat of battle, it could kill you. I'm not saying don't defend yourself. I'm saying if you apply a little bit of thought to it, a little bit of calm and patience, you'll be able to get it. Straight in there, no problem. You seem to sometimes think about honor and shit when you fight, and you want to be the greatest fighter. Greatest fighter is the man still stands. I've got one other thing to teach you tomorrow.
Okay.
I want you to try and lay a hit on me without me knowing that you're coming.
Greff looks down at his armor. It's just like, okay. Yeah. I'll. Okay.
The bet is on from midnight. Midnight through to midnight. Because I leave a couple of hours after midnight. A couple of days. You get a hit on me then without me knowing you're coming. I will gift you a certain piece of knowledge. It will help you out. Give you a little bit of guidance. You know. He kind of like smacks you hard on the back. Now fuck off because I was about to get drunk.
All right. Greff's gonna let him like return to the bar, and he's gonna just take a couple of practice swings, try to like remove some of the brute force from his swings, and try to like aim more. Just trying to like meditate on the ideas and thoughts that he's been given.
Okay. Do you have a plan? Or do you want to talk to your companions about the best plan for this?
I think Greff, Aethel wants to do a plan, but I'm pretty sure that Greff would go like balls in at midnight. And then like once he's fucked that up, it's like, okay, I need to fucking talk to the boys. So.
Okay. We'll assume the first one goes wide. Yeah. We'll assume your first attack, like balls deep, you just sitting there having a drink with him at midnight, and you just reach out and try to stab him, and he's like, no, kid, no, don't. Put some real thought into this, Greff. Come on. Try and teach you about the ability to think. Come on.
The next one is Greff walks out through the waterfall, and then he tries to chuck a rock through the waterfall, and of course it just goes completely wrong.
That's acceptable.
Actually,
just roll a thrown attack at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. That's just a raw strength roll, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, no. No, that's a 6.
What's your armor class?
Mine is 16 without. I would not be wearing armor, so it's 13.
Okay. You throw this rock through and you hear it bounce around, you hear it hit a table, and you hear Jenko's just like, oh, for goodness sake. It took me ages to paint that one. And you say, that's all right, I got it. And you see this rock come through and it hits you square in the chest.
Oh, my honor.
Oh, my pride damage. All right. So
10 ego damage.
That's his ego damage. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yes, these are your failed attempts.
All right. Once that's done, I'm assuming Arawn comes home. Do you come back at any point?
You would need to sleep, yeah. Unless you're going to try and
sleep
with Darker.
He wouldn't sleep with Dalka. He'd probably crash in the workshop, though, because he is that kind of person.
Come on.
Get out. I'm not
both your hands covered
out.
in oil. You accidentally touch the same rusty part of the machine at the same time.
I will say that Arawn at no point in our adventures has ever shown any sexual interest.
Fine.
And you can listen back to the recordings. I never once had him show any inclination.
I still ship it.
All right.
Anyway, no, she would force you out from the workshop. Like, no.
Oh, then yeah, he would have to go back.
She doesn't even offer to let you crash on her quote unquote couch. No, she just assumes you're going to go away.
Yeah, I'm assuming like Greff's just sitting up at midnight, and he has like whatever passes for coffee.
Arawn comes in, smudges all over, ash and soot and dirt, sweat,
Hair a
and
little
grime.
messy, you know.
Oh no, his hair is always pristine.
Arawn, just the man I needed. Come here. Sit
What? Yes.
sit
hello.
back. Sit
We'll
next
say
to
that
Ivoris.
Ivoris has been drawn into this too, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Are we having an intervention?
Yes, you're doing too much machini.
I dare to argue that I'm not doing enough.
All right, I'm gonna drop this point then, and instead you're gonna help me because I'm being friendly right now. Just say yes. It's the easiest option.
Maybe?
I will make this difficult.
It's like anytime somebody tells me to just say yes, I always go with maybe.
I need help. Canton wants me to land a hit on him,
Okay.
but he's not allowed to know that I'm coming.
Okay.
Now, just I want to meta confirm he's the drow, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. So I don't have dark vision, any
Right.
kind.
Okay.
So he's gonna fucking nail me in any kind of darkness scenario. I am not very sneaky, but I can't take my armor off, and like I'm not the loudest person in the world, but yeah. So I don't know. Like I need him distracted, or like I don't think the deal's gonna win if I just go in there while he's sleeping and punch him in the mouth. Like I don't think that's gonna work.
Why not?
I'm pretty sure he's thought about it.
Then you just need to make sure that whatever things he set up to prepare against you, you just avoid.
Okay, so can you go in and scout?
You want me to go in and scout? Why am I putting myself at risk for you?
Better idea. Teach me how your gun works.
No. I'll give you a crossbow. I got that.
No, I need to be further away. He's gonna see the fucking crossbow thing coming. He's never gonna see the gun thing coming. Come on, Arawn.
I might have something.
We got you a big old machine buddy and a sweaty tabaxi to play with. You got everything you wanted. You even got to see a giant explosion. I feel like me getting to shoot your gun once is not too much to ask.
No, because if you break it, that's really expensive.
I'm not gonna break it. When have I ever broken anything?
Iris is not acting like your conversation is important at all. Your children arguing in the backseat.
Fine. If you won't let me your gun, what's the idea? What can I do here? You're good with machines, and you're hocus pocus. Like, come on, guys. Surely you have something to help me here.
Okay, I have tricky ways that I could think of that probably would work. The only problem is that you have to be the one to execute it.
That's not a problem. That's a part of the plan.
And I also have to be hiding then.
Oh, okay. Can you hide?
I could certainly try. Because essentially he just needs to know that I'm not around because I would be disguising you as me.
Okay, that's actually kind of fun. I like that.
We should probably... let me show you how this works so that you understand, because it's not going to work in here, and it'll give it away. We need to go out into the big open area.
Okay. By the way, as Greff stands up, he looks over to Ben Kiss. So, is he staring at us? Has he been listening?
Clearly. You just see him smiling though.
You give us away, I'm not going to be very happy.
Oh, sweetie, this is the most fun I have had in a very long time. You have my absolute cooperation. Now, go off and be darling boys.
All right. So we go out into the big open area. Is Canton watching?
Yep.
Is he spying on us?
No, Canton is just in the bar.
Okay.
I'm going to say you guys had like a quiet conversation, but close enough for Yankee, so
I'm going to go talk to him while they're dicking off. And so when they're finally done doing the thing, we'll be like, in a conversation.
You're going to
That's my
distract
help.
Canton.
Yeah,
You are a genius, sir.
by just
I will get
talking
back
to
to
him.
you in like 10, 15 seconds. I have to check a certain thing. Are you using disguise self on him?
Yes. I have 2 ways to do it. I can
Are
either,
you within 1 foot height of him?
I don't know. How tall are you?
I am very tall. I wrote it down. I am 6'5".
I'm 5'8".
Close. Let's do it. Sounds good.
You should do Ivoris, and then Ivoris comes in while he's talking to Ivoris.
No. No, definitely
Then the
not.
real Ivoris punches him in the mouth, and the two of us run out.
And then he doesn't know which one of you actually hit him.
All right. I need to check the specifics on the wording of the spell. Continue to roleplay between yourselves. I just need to check this.
Okay. So, Arawn's probably going to lead you like all the way across the giant fucking cavern to like the furthest end because there might be a little bit of noise. And once we're there,
Greff
all right.
does not have his armor on.
All right. So, the idea that I have, anyways, is I disguise you as me.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you something that you are going to use to get the sneak attack on him.
Okay. What is that?
It's a gun, kind of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Greff is clearly like his hand is already moving towards your real
It's a
rifle.
gun.
I'm not giving you my gun. I'm not giving you the thunder cannon. That one's very important.
Have you named it yet? It looks like an Elise.
I'm not.
would call it-
It's a tool. I'm not going to name it like that. It's called the thunder cannon. That's what it's called. That's it.
Tell that to the machine in there that thinks it has a name.
This one isn't sentient yet. No, I'm not making a fucking sentient gun. That's a horrible idea. Guns don't kill people except this one.
I kill them all. Please feed me bullets. I will burn them at extreme speed.
God
So
damn.
fast it kills people.
All right. The thing is, you have to be very careful because this is kind of a delicate piece of equipment. You're going to essentially have to like tie it to your arm.
Okay. Greff like extend his hands. Like, okay, how do we do this?
You watch as Arawn literally holds up his mechanical arm and like undoes something on his wrist and pops his hand off.
Yeah.
All right. Take this, hold it in your left hand with the
Am I
back of my hand against your palm.
Okay.
Now you see inside of the little wrist area there, there's what looks like a little latch.
Yeah.
Okay. Bend my index finger so it's pointing straight out and pull on that. And point it away from you.
Nope. As soon as you say that, Greff has already pulled it. And it's definitely pointing like close to his face. Like straight up, he's looking down at it.
For the sake of brevity, it wasn't loaded at the time.
No, it's always loaded.
Oh boy, I tried.
Do you want me to roll?
Yes. Is this aiming at your face, Greff?
No, I'm saying like it's pointing up. Like I'm not looking
Okay.
down the fucking like.
You're not looking down a
finger.
barrel.
No.
Okay, good.
like-
There is an explosion, like the sound of a gunshot going off.
Yes. We moved very far away from where they were.
Yes,
but-
yeah. In a big cavey area.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. They don't know what's happening. So you pull on that, and the tip of his index finger fires off the same as a bullet would.
It's not my fault. It broke itself. I did exactly what you told me to do.
And you watch as another fingertip loads in.
See, I didn't break it.
No, you didn't, because it has a six round load.
But you have 5 fingers.
That's your problem.
Me and V went over this. There is a chamber in the hand that has a total of 5, with the 6th one being preloaded on the tip.
Yes. I was okay with this.
I call it a handgun.
Oh,
Clever.
no.
I get it. Jan Kissel would be proud.
I'm very proud. This is a very good creation. This is meant to be in case if somebody disarms me, they haven't really disarmed me.
It's a very underhanded method. Okay, I'm done.
Listen, I'm
Right,
not
thanks
going
for-
to point fingers at anyone, but
All right. I appreciate you giving me a hand with this problem, but let's get serious.
listen, this is hands down the best idea I've had.
And thus, inspiration was awarded to Greff and Arawn.
I don't want this inspiration.
I do.
Fine, then I'll give it to Ivoris instead.
I wish I got inspiration.
I don't want it.
Take it.
I
don't want the
a part
dirty
of your
inspiration.
shame. Don't want to be a part of your shame. I'm gonna cut it out.
Yes.
Now you have inspiration. No one knows why. Joke's on you.
No, don't cut it out. This is the good stuff.
All right.
So the plan here is that you're going to keep that on your hand so that when I disguise you, you should be able to look like me.
Okay.
And then all you have to do is walk in there and just say, not even say something, just act like you're itching your wrist or something like that. And then boom.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and try to disguise me real quick.
Sure. I will cast disguise. Oh no, because disguise self I can't cast on somebody else. I have to cast it on myself. Oh right. No, I was going to use the windpipes.
Okay.
So Arawn actually takes out a set of what look like panpipes and hands them to Greff and says, "Blow into this and picture yourself looking like me when you do."
Greff follows your instructions.
Greff, thinking about all the details of Arawn, you look down and you can see your own hands, your own legs, your own everything, but on top there appears to be like an illusionary version of everything that is Arawn. To Arawn, you see yourself mirrored for the briefest moment, but you already know this is an illusion, so you kind of see the illusion on top.
Okay.
This looks like it worked.
This is very weird. It's like looking in the mirror.
A very handsome mirror.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to stay out here.
Okay.
You go in.
Okay. I've got this.
All right, so this is going to be the ruling on you firing this.
Okay.
You are proficient with this weapon. It's a gun.
Is he technically prone? Or what is happening?
I don't know. It kind of depends as to whether or not Ivoris has knocked him out.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Okay, so far as you're rolling, I think it's just a ranged attack, but you don't add proficiency.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
So
because
it's
you
just a
aren't
dex-
proficient in this weapon. Yeah,
It's just a straight dex.
Yes. That's all you'll be adding, I'm afraid. All right, at some point I will let someone know that Arawn has stepped through the waterfall. Okay. All right. Ivoris. Hanging out with the Canton, Shadow Fist. What do you... Canton is at least one drink through. And he's ordering another one. You see this kind of beer arrive, and Jankiso tries to put this little umbrella-y thing in it and a slice of something on the side, but they immediately get thrown out and just drinks his beer as is.
Ivoris comes over and takes a seat next to him and silently waves for a drink as well.
Jankiso pours something nice for you. They're kind of like a black fluid with like a kind of greyish smoke on top.
Cool.
Yeah, tastes like licorice.
Ooh.
Tastes like death. But it's super good. It's super good.
Amazing.
Licorice and chili is what it tastes like. Okay.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, but some people like licorice and they're all wrong.
I'm going to throw up.
Sure. Yeah,
And they're wrong.
They are wrong.
I'm not judging or anything, but I super hate licorice.
It's good. It's good.
Neil clearly approves this drink. So, yeah. It tastes really good. It's a nice little kick with that nice licorice taste that people are loving as well. It's a winner. Your drink has been poured.
So, you're heading out soon, huh?
Yeah. Heading, well, not really matters, but yeah. Hopefully heading home soon. Be nice.
Yeah, Greff wasn't very happy about that, but...
I thought the boat would take a bit longer to get here, but apparently the captain was very keen to get on and get home.
Right.
Thanks for not killing the girls. I was worried.
No, we're trying to do the right thing lately.
How's that working out? Probably poor, right?
Yeah.
Best path isn't always the easiest or the most lucrative. Hard times ahead if you're planning on being good. Years of experience taught me that. He's worth it, though.
We're trying, but it's not exactly easy. When you teach Greff, is there anything that we could help him with that, might give him a bit of the advantage he was looking for that he might miss out on with some of the training he won't be getting now?
I'm trying to teach Greff a couple of things. He's got the strength and he's got some sort of bizarre technique. It's unusual and that's going to help him out a lot. He's got a lot of potential. But he just doesn't think. Gets lost in the heat of the fight and he could become, I should never tell him, but one of the best sword fighters I've ever seen. But he's a rookie. He's not trained. He needs to think. Give him openings, give him chances to use that strength in a way that's useful. Just help him. Give him the advantages he needs in a fight. So if it involves holding a motherfucker down, you do it. If it involves cutting their hamstring or turning him around, Greff has the strength to just cut a man, I assume, clean in two. But he seems very hesitant to take those opportunities. Maybe he's got a spark of decency in me. I don't think so, but maybe he's still pretending there is. You become the greatest fighter in the world. You've got to be, at the moment you hear an explosion go off in the background. He's got potential. He just needs to be given those moments. Sometimes someone's job, like my dear wife, her job is just to give me the openings I need. Useless without her.
Right.
Do you care for him, don't you?
Getting to.
Be difficult for someone like you, I know. And he kind of points at the tongue area.
Ivoris kind of like rolls his eyes at him and tries to ignore the comment.
I didn't mean nothing by it. Old man like me. Mean nothing by it, kid.
No, he has good intention.
He cares a lot for you too. Can see it. He talks to you, respects your opinion. Otherwise he wouldn't try and get you guys on side to do whatever it is he's planning on doing.
Yeah, I'm aware. He has, he's been rather kind to me, where I don't really get that a lot. Especially not from people that I am supposed to be in charge of, regardless of how I handle things.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you've been in this leadership position before and it's not gone particularly well.
As you might expect.
Yeah. Anyway, bottoms up.
Ivoris enjoys his drink.
As
His
he's
tongue
lifted
is like
his
in the glass. It's really gross.
not one of his best ones. As he's finishing his drink, you see Arawn walking through the waterfall.
I guess what Greff just does is like he looks around as if he doesn't know exactly where Canton would be. Like it looks like a little bit around, and then he like looks over to him like, "Oh, there you are," and like points out and just.
Does he say, "Oh, that's where you are," out loud?
No, I don't want him to because I know he's going to give his dumbass voice away.
You walk through, you have a look around. You see Canton putting a hand on Ivoris's shoulder as if he's about to say something, potentially consoling. You are clearly up to interrupting a beautiful moment. I need you to make an attack roll. Yeah. So, how did this roll go? Did you succeed?
I assume that Greff shot the table right in front of him because I got a goddamn natural one.
Does he get advantage?
Oh, she broke his hand.
He didn't know? The advantage?
So you broke his hand.
Can we have an advantage on this? I don't want to break the hand.
You can use your inspiration. I
have
gave
inspiration. I'm using it. I forgot I had inspiration. You can't cut the pun jokes now. The inspiration is referenced. Doing it again. No!
This is what happens when I lend somebody a hand.
Jesus?
Man, that's a big middle finger to me right there.
Yeah, it's a 10. There's no way this motherfucker has a 0 fucking AC.
I will accept 10 as the advantage roll because Ivoris is distracting. So I will allow you to take one more roll.
You're too good to me.
I know. But if you get another natural one, this gun is breaking.
No, don't break my hand.
All right, I got a 15. I guess the sitting man in the middle of a conversation.
You laugh, but you did just get a 4.
I know.
You pull the hand up as you see Canton's hand land on Ivoris's shoulder. You go to pull the trigger and you're like, oh fuck, it's not working. You look down at it, you try to pull it again, like, oh fuck. Oh no. And you look up, and just as Canton looks up at you and just like kind of gives you about to say hello to Arawn, you finally pull the trigger and it flies across and it hits him in the side of the stomach. And it just shoots out the other end.
You want me to roll for damage?
No, not unless Greff is actually trying to kill him now.
Okay. I mean, it wouldn't do that much damage anyways. We only rolled that it was a D6.
You see the tip of this finger fly across. You see blood spraying out the back of him along with the bullet which lodges itself in the back of the wall. And Cantor puts his hand over removes his hand from Ivoris fairly quick and puts his hand over the bullet hole and like, oh, you God, that.
And now, Greff, go for him.
Arawn, probably hearing the gunfire, walks in behind and goes, did it work?
Yeah, fuck.
Yes, I got him. All
right, Greff, give me the things back. Those are important.
Ivoris gives him a little bit of lay on hands.
You part of this too, you? You sneaky little bar was having a moment with you.
I knew it was going on, but I did want to have a talk anyway.
Ron's putting his hand back on, putting the pipes back in his bag.
Yes.
All right. He leans over and he puts his arm around you. And he, clearly now knowing this is Greff, so the illusion is see-through for everyone. He says, that was sneaky. That was bloody sneaky. You You're good. You used your friends, and they helped you, more importantly. And he looks at Arawn and Ivoris with a bit of a, you bastards. You took advantage of a situation. Proud of you, kid. Greff, you don't need my help anymore. Just remember, you take advantage of those opportunities you're given. And he kind of does that thing where he kind of taps you on the shoulder, and he's like, "Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go heal myself up so I can go get on a boat." Good job, Greff. You got this. Fuck. He sort of like hobbles off. All right, Greff.
Just thought you know he wanted the other gun.
You see him raise a hand of thanks, and he walks on dealing himself up. All right, Greff. You will have access to a new thing.
Ooh. It's not a handgun.
It's not a motherfucking handgun.
It's a bazooka.
It's a super soaker.
God, no.
All right, Greff.
Yep.
Should you continue practicing and training and taking advantage of every situation that you can have advantage of, when you have advantage, you have the benefits of sneak attack.
Okay, sweet. Sweet.
So your damage die for sneak attack
Jeez,
is
sorry.
in line with the rogue. So as long as you know what your level is, and you can look on the rogue table, you know how much sneak attack you can apply. You have to have advantage. You can only use it once per round.
Okay. That's good. That's very good.
But you have to have advantage.
Yes. I understand. It's not rogue rules, it's advantage rules.
Yes. All right. Well, congratulations, you motherfuckers. With that, what we see is we see Kania Karsis as her new human form. You see that Dalka has turned up to see them off. And you see Canton make their way down the side of the cliff. There appears to be some ropes and pins already in there. And they make their way down very, very carefully in this kind of light rain, as there is a small rowboat waiting for them at the bottom of the cliff. You see the three of them being helped into the boat, and they get rowed out to a large ship. There is a little fork of thunder, a little flash of light, and you guys see that the flags sailed are black. They are sailing without any markings. No one wants to know who they are. As they turn and make their way out to sea, I would like all of you to make a perception check, please. At disadvantage. Greff, you are not going to be able to see this. Sorry.
No problem.
Perception at disadvantage.
Yes. Kind of because of the distance, really.
What if I'm using my scope?
Arawn, yeah, you can roll at normal then.
Okay. Well, using the same rolls there, it would be a 22 because the first roll is a 17.
With looking through your scope on your perception of 22, you see that there is a lot of crew on board. Some of them you think you recognize from back in Shovana, but that could be common. There's a lot of sailors here you don't recognize. You do spot the profile of a rather large tabaxi at the helm of the boat. And you also spot the name of the ship is Erastis, which, if you mention this, Ivoris will know as Baskin's ship.
Oh. But I see Baskin, right?
Yeah, you see a pretty big looking, lynxy looking tabaxi, and you're like,
I
oh,
met
that's
him.
really familiar. And then you see the name of the ship, and you mentioned this too.
You're so mean
Okay.
to all of my sweet characters.
Okay.
No, I am kind to all of your sweet characters.
All right. So seeing that run at as he's looking through the scope still, he's watching, and he goes, "Oh, hey, Ivoris.
What?
So, did you know that your close buddy was into, I guess, smuggling? Maybe?
What?
That's
What?
Baskin. That's Baskin's boat. I see him right there.
He like rips the gun from your hand.
Yeah. No, be careful. That's armed. I wasn't going to shoot anybody. I was just looking.
This episode is going to have to be called Handful of Puns, isn't it?
This is my rifle. This is my gun. This one's for fighting. This one's for fun. Actually, that has a double meaning because it's literally.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. I'm going to say that Ivoris, in his desperation to see what the fuck you're talking about, at least gets like a minor glimpse through the scope. And yeah, there's no mistaking that this is basking at the helm of the ship.
Okay. Yeah, Ivoris kind of slowly lowers the gun and hands it back to you. And it's clear that he's got very mixed feelings about it, and you can tell.
I'm Karsis. This is Karsis outro. Had really good day. Became more live than yesterday. Have body now. Must eat and drink. Both make me very sick. Me not want to eat. I'm supposed to say thank you for listening. Thank you for listening and helping us. Like Arawn and Ivoris and Greff help us. Help me. I still have web. Keep web safe for them. You can keep web safe. You can visit website, theluckydie.com. And I will maybe see some of you on Discord. I feel very sick.